Hey there, Smoke Master D here, and in this video I'm going to be comparing my Bellfab offset smoker to the new blue smoke smoker that I've got here. Alright, so we have stacks. We got the fold down stack that I got from Bellfab. Now, for the blue smoke smoker, they have a fold down stack as well, so it's not really that different in that regard. What I have here, though, I decided to try a different one when I got this new smoker. And what I have from Bellfab here, I believe it's the first one he ever did. Just a bolt right here. And just take this here. Put the bolt through. There. And then tighten it up. For the stack damper, you'll notice here that it just comes right off like that. It's connected down there. When I initially got this, he actually did a tack weld to keep it in place, and I didn't know anything about angle grinders then, so that was an interesting thing. Now, I've talked about this before, of course, but we have the damper here on the blue smoke smoker, and it's got, you know, this thing here, and it only comes out most of the way, and I found that using it, it's really enough. It's just a little bit that's still there. All right, so on this one, on the Bellfab, we've got a stack that's about 40 inches tall. And this one is 48 inches tall. So even though you're not able to open that thing quite as much, that added volume there is probably going to help with the draw. All right, now coming around, I have this front shelf for the Bellfab. It is a good deal wider than the one for the other smoker, for the blue smoke smoker, and I'm going to show you why in a second. If I pull it out here, it's 46 inches there, you know, a little more, it's like 16.5 inches there. And if we come over here, one of the things you're gonna notice is that this shelf is fold down, right? And that actually limits its size. And you can see it right here, that it just goes right above the wheel there. If it wasn't fold down, it could be larger. So now I've got it up here. And we see that it is, you know, a little over 10 inches there. It's about 10.25. And then we come out this way, and it's 47 inches, and this hangs down here, and you know, it's like an inch pretty much right there from the handle. Now, I like that the handle swings down like this. This helps make it open a lot better, right? And the handle draw on there is not bad at all. But it does block a lot of the space on this shelf and gives you an even smaller place to put stuff there. So the two best places are here and here on this thing, which for the most part, it's from the cook that I've done, it's plenty of space. And here we've got the Tell True. Now, I think I mentioned it before, the stem is on the shorter side, I think about 2 inches. All right, back over here, I had to purchase these thermometers myself. Craig does not include thermometers with the pit you buy. So, you see that this is, I believe, slightly longer thermometer. We can actually put them side by side if we want to. Okay, so we see the hole there. Both tell true thermometers there, but one I believe is 2 inches, and this one's either 3 or 4 that I put in myself. All right, and that little piece down there helps you make it tight wherever it's facing up. Craig's. And the next thing you're going to notice is the double doors, right? So pull this one up, and I pull this one up. All right, we'll leave them all up here. And you might think, well, a lot of smoke's gonna come through that gap. But truthfully, I've never noticed very much difference from having that gap there. Okay, I've got the top shelf on this Bellfab smoker. You know, I almost never use it. Almost never, ever. So there it is. It's got these tabs on the end. To get it out, you just gotta get the tab around there. Put it down like that. And this can come out too, right? You wanna pull out the grate, there it is. Now, when I started using this, there's one thing that you're gonna notice is that the collector that Craig made for me doesn't go underneath where the grate is, which has been something that sort of irked me, but my friend Tim helped me. I got these little magnets to put in here to kind of keep it in place. And it kind of hugs the wall and forces the heat to come down. One thing that I wanted to interject was that Craig does, and one of the things about the way he does this is it is a situation in which you got to get it down into the rails there. There we go. Now it's back in. It's easier to do with 2 hands. But yeah, he does make the smoke collectors below the grate now. He does pretty much whatever you want. So it's not like it's stuck on this. But yeah, I do like that this is what we have for the smoke collector here, that it does come all the way down there below the grate. All right. And there you see we've got a rod reinforcing chamber. Alright, to get this out, I just got to get it around there. And there we have this grate. So I almost never pull it out like this. If I did, you know, the drippings from the meat would be coming through here, which wouldn't be super great. Don't really believe in pull-out grates a lot. They're fine as far as they go, but it's not something that I care about that much. People like them. You'll notice that I put in that little bit of a baffle there, and it doesn't do super well, which is why I've been more interested in the scoop baffle. So, if you take this thing, usually I don't use any of the space kind of up to here, at least a full quarter of the space on this rack, right? So basically, you know, even here, maybe I have a water pan or something, but generally I'm just cooking right back here. Now, if I got a scoop baffle in this thing, that would perhaps change. And before Big Phil sent me the Blue Smoke Smoker, that is what I was considering doing. I was going to cut this thing out and throw that baffle in there. And just to try it, let's give it a try. Again, I think I need to take a little bit off of the edge of this thing, because you can see it swinging up here and it's kind of holding on the sides. But it fits down in here well enough. Curious to try it, but I don't know if I will. There it is. Now, as far as mobility goes, I actually sent these casters to Craig to put on the Bellfab. He doesn't usually do this. He usually has wagon wheels, and he'll do wagon wheels on both front and back for extra money, or he'll put a T-bar on the front and you just pick it up and roll it how you want. Of course, I went with the golf cart tires on this build, but he does casters as well, Big Phil does. And the one thing that I kind of miss from the golf cart thing is this shelf space below. As you see, I keep a lot of stuff down there. It seems like maybe there could be a little bit of shelf space here as well. A smaller shelf to allow the wheels to turn their full turning. And who knows, maybe I'll put that on myself. It's also great to have a bucket up closer to where the liquids are coming out of this drain. This ball valve did come included with the Blue Smoke Smoker. This one I added myself to the Bellfab. Now, one thing I like about the Bellfab better is that I asked for a 27-inch length here. So you see it's about 27. Not exactly. A little bit more than 27 there. And I feel like I'm allowed to have the fire a bit further away from the main chamber. So I like that. Now, while the Blue Smoke Smokers is 24-inch in diameter, it is just a little bit over 2 feet long. So the feeling that I'm, right up on the main chamber, I feel like I'm like right here. I'm still right up there, and wanting to be further back. Some of my stuff's falling out here. But in all, it's not a super bad thing. One thing that I think I've learned, you can actually arrange these grates to go long ways or that way. And I think that this is actually the better way, and it opens up a little bit more space here. And I may get better results with this baffle being a little bit further away. When I was testing it, I had it, about there, and then I tried to push it closer. I'm thinking out farther might be the ticket to getting the best temps, and have it be a little bit more even. So we'll see in the future. But yeah, the ash situation here and coals falling out is a different situation. It's not better or worse, but different. And Craig does it very different on this smoker here. So here I have the grill in here, which, I don't really use. I have a different grilling situation that I use. Now, I could use this grill more, but I don't. Now, so here is what is in here now. Now, when Craig first sent this to me, there were pieces that looked kind of like, well, exactly like this. This is one of them. But it was from this side all the way to that side. So put logs on there, have your fire and coals falling underneath. This I made myself. And this little part here I put in myself. But yeah, this ash catch or ash door was always there. And in fact, I didn't even have this back door at that point. One, I knew that I wanted to build my fire on the bottom. So I made this piece. I took this out and I built my own door back here. Did a whole episode on that a good while back. Now this damper was always here. So you could have this damper here, this hourglass damper, and you could also, open this one up a little bit to get dual airflow. I don't know if it helps more. For draw, you'd think that you would only want the back But that's how Craig built it. So the thing was that we had this door here, and Craig was like, well, you only need one door. So I was like, okay. And that's what I had. I didn't realize how much I wanted this back door until this thing was already here. Having this top door is great, but it is not a substitute for a back door. And the other thing is it lets almost all of the heat escape right up here. So the back door doesn't do that. You know, the heat still stays up here. Another thing about the whole grill situation is this bar blocking you, making it more difficult to get up and put your wood where you want it. But I do like this length. You see how far it is away from where the main chamber is? I do like that better. The other thing is, this one is to the grate from the floor. It is around, you know, to the opening of the door is about 37 inches there. On this one, we see it's about 33 inches, so about 5 inches taller. I've got it on this hill, this decline here, and that does affect kind of how I feel, sort of like I'm a lot taller here. If and when I get it up here onto this space and turn it around, I'll sort of be downhill from it, and I feel like that will help that feeling a bit. But this one definitely feels, or has felt, taller to me than the Blue Smoke Smoker. So to recap, there's a few things I like about each of these. The hard thing about choosing between these two smokers is that even though I've got one that's newer, I've got one that has some things that I really wanted to be better with this one. I put a lot of hard work, sweat, blood, eye juice even, into making this smoker better. So I've got this kind of like attachment to it. But I do feel like it's time to let it go. There's only enough room under my gazebo for one offset smoker. And I think that it's gonna have to be the new Blue Smoke Smoker. You know, I put in the order, I've gotta work it out. And if there's stuff that I don't like about it, you know, just like I worked on this one, who knows what I may do for that one, you know? Maybe I'll put in some sort of rack underneath. I don't know. But I look forward to it. I look forward to the experience of getting to know the Blue Smoke Smoker even better with further cooks. And I know that this smoker here that I've put so much work into, and you may remember way back, I complained about it a lot too. You know, it's like, well, this thing isn't how I wanted, but I do love it. And I hope that it goes to somebody who is gonna love it as much as I have, and make some amazing barbecue on it. So that is the Bellfab versus the Blue Smoke Smoker. And you know, as always, go get your smoke on, y'all.